Hi there, Ketsi. Um, I want to thank you for coming and expressing some interest in the art department and in learning a little bit about our photography program. My name is Doug, and I work with the art department here. And I'm really just here to answer any questions that you might have about the kind of services and the kind of courses that we do in photography and what's available and possible for students. So I don't know if you have any specific questions that you want to start with. Actually, the way the photography major works is you take courses kind of throughout the whole course of your semester. And some of the classes within the photography minor, and we actually only provide a minor. We don't have a major in photography. It's kind of housed under the art department. But some of those courses meet the requirements for your general ed credits. So for example, like one of the courses you have to take is Intro to Art. And that would be one of the requirements for general ed, no matter what your major was. Yeah, some of these courses are definitely offered during the summertime. Um, and maybe I can kind of show you a list and you can look through what the courses that are required so you can have a better sense of that. I'll just go ahead and take a few moments to look at that. Do you have a question? Certainly, there are lots of students who do that, who kind of get a taste of something and decide it's not really something that they want to pursue. And what's nice about some of the photography courses is that they could meet certain requirements that really you could kind of take with you no matter what your minor or major was. So if you decided to go to another field, it wouldn't necessarily mean you had to go extra years of college. So you said that you've done a little with digital photography, is that correct? But you haven't done anything with darkrooms, or is that something that interests you, is doing some of that kind of the more film-based stuff, working with darkrooms? Well, I think, even though the film photography is kind of an old-fashioned technology, as you said, it's still, lots of people are using it, and lots of interesting things are being done with it. And so that's why we have such a large part of our component is really focused on that film-based stuff. And we have the digital thing as well, so that people can get an opportunity to do both kind of the old and the new. I think that there are lots of good opportunities for working as a photographer. And I think, there's kind of things like working with newspapers, but you can use photography in all sorts of positions. Like, do you have something that you're interested in as a major? So like the photography is a minor, so you would need to have something else like teaching or an art major or business. That would go along with the photography. Is there something else that you're kind of interested in? I think the thing about photography is lots of other professions can really use it. So for example, if you were to decide to go to become a teacher, you might incorporate photography into your classroom, y- working with students to do projects, or if you were going into business, you might take pictures for your business and use those and kind of publicizing what you're doing. So I think it's a real, whether you work specifically as a professional photographer or you take those skills with you to your other fields, I think it's really a good skill to have. You know, to be perfectly honest, I've never had an experience where I worked with a deaf photographer before. So I don't know exactly how that would work. Though I think probably a lot of the communication that needs to happen could happen with gestures and kind of setting, getting people in the right place. So I think that that would be a possibility, but, just to be perfectly honest, I just have never had that experience either. So, are there, my phone is ringing, so are there any other questions that you have about this, or is that? Okay. Well, I really appreciate your taking the time to come in today and talk with me about this, and I hope that I've answered your questions. Thank you very much.